Right. So, hello everyone. This is Rahul Reddy, the city head for Career Launcher Bangalore. I am with Rohit, and Rohit has just secured an All India rank of 11. So, first thing, congratulations.
Oh,
Uh,
thank you, sir.
how does it feel?
I'm in shock. Like it hasn't registered completely that I've gotten All India rank 11 because I didn't have high hopes for ALET anyway. So, yeah.
This year, Elite, the pattern was a little different, as you could say. And so, what was your reaction when you saw the paper?
I was completely shocked, and that led to me making a lot of mistakes. Like, I decided to go in the same pattern as what was given in the paper. Like, I went English GK according to each paragraph. But then, like, after 50 minutes, I realized this is extremely slow, and I decided to change my mind, do all of the English first, and then come back to logical. And my speed, like, increased a lot. So, if I had, like, the presence of mind to uh,
To change the
change my
strategy?
pattern from the beginning and adapt to it, I would have done better. So, yeah.
But yeah, the fact does remain that I think the number of attempts that you did were enough, or at least you did attempt a large enough number of questions.
Hmm.
So somewhere, IELTS becomes a game where attempts are important. Well, if one doesn't attempt enough questions, then you're not really giving yourself a chance. Okay, right. So let's go back a little bit. So when did you decide that, look, I'm seriously contemplating law as a career and I'll start preparing for these exams?
Uh, it was actually last year, December,
Hmm.
where like I thought, yeah, I should properly start preparing, but like I wanted to be a lawyer for quite some time before that. And
Okay.
like, but my preparation was pretty poor until June when I started to properly start preparing. And that is like seen in my GK score, which is extremely low. So, yeah,
So it would help, specifically GK, it would help had you started a little earlier. Yes.
yeah.
Right. So which school and stream are you from?
I'm from Kumarans Malsandra. I'm in science. And
Hmm.
yeah.
So were you also simultaneously preparing for, let's say, the JEE or science-based exams?
No. Initially, like I did study for CET as a backup, but then I realized it's not sustainable. You have to
Okay.
focus on one thing or else you'll mess up both of them. So I dropped that pretty soon and began studying for CLAT properly. And then, yeah.
So science curriculum itself is for 11 and 12 itself is fairly demanding. So you
Yeah.
have difficulty balancing time between that and CLAT prep.
I did have difficulty, but then I just realized it doesn't really matter as long as I'm doing enough to pass and not do extremely horribly in school exams. I need to focus my time on CLAT. So,
So, so let's talk about once you joined Career Launcher, you were a classroom student. Talk us through the experience there.
it was very good, and like the advice was that was given is also extremely good. Like every teacher, once we joined into when we started having classes, like after a week, they started telling us to do mocks. Uh, I wish I'd followed their advice immediately, but like I waited. I said I didn't know enough, and then I began to do mocks, and then you realize after your second mock that yeah, it helps. It helps a lot to start doing mocks. So like even if someone doesn't know anything, even if you're going to get literally zero, it's better to just start doing mocks even before you're thorough with all of the basic concepts.
Okay. So overall, you must have given lots of marks if I add IELTS and CLAT.
Yeah, but again, not enough because I joined Career Launcher very late.
Right.
Hmm.
Okay. So I think we should probably tell your juniors that once they decide, it's better to start early and then start prep early and then get into the marks early. Yes. So let's take area by area. So what was your favorite area in this in these five sections?
In these five sections. Oh, actually, logic, because these are actual logical puzzles that are interesting to solve within the within the paper itself, because English is just reading the passage and regurgitating the information. So logic is more fun to do, even though English is easier. And then
Hmm.
I'm just bad at GK, so yeah.
True. And legal?
Oh, in CLAT, legal was very easy, but logic was more fun.
Mhm. So CLAT itself also this year, while the pattern was broadly the same, uh, of course, reduced number of passages in some sections, but people said it was fairly time consuming. So did you find it the same way?
Yeah, the passages were longer, and then the questions themselves had a lot of words in them. So you had to
Hmm.
go through the questions, which cost me a lot of time, but I have a good reading speed, so I was able to keep up. But
So
yeah,
when you saw that they were longer, did you consciously increase the speed so that you could maintain a decent number of attempts?
in the beginning in logical, I didn't, and like I lost a lot of time in logical, but then I realized, yeah, I'm wasting too much time. I need to begin increasing my speed. Even if it decreases my accuracy slightly, I need to finish the paper. So, like, I started doing that, and that helped a lot in legal. I finished legal in, I don't remember exactly, but less time than I expected. And then I moved on to English, and then, yeah, that allowed me to attempt math, which might have made the difference. We don't know yet, but. uh,
So some of these passages, for example, that came, like say surrogacy law, etc., were they discussed in class
Oh
under
yeah,
family?
a lot of stuff was discussed in class, but then again, you can't rely on what was taught in legal because if the passage has an intentional mistake that they're
Hmm.
going to use to catch you for using external legal knowledge, that would hurt. But
True. You still have to
classes
read.
did help because you don't have to sit and comprehend the legal knowledge then.
Hmm. While it's technically possible, hardly ever we have seen uh, they have given intentional mistakes. It is, of course,
Oh,
possible.
okay.
Good, good. Right. So, uh, all happy in the family?
Oh yeah, they're all happy.
Or
Like
still saying that, okay, Delhi is good, but what we really want is NLU Bangalore?
everyone really wants NLU Bangalore at the end of the day, especially since I live in Bangalore. It's just more convenient to go to Bangalore. And like Delhi's pollution is always to be kept in mind. But yeah, still, it's a good opportunity that I can't just ignore.
Right. So, you were in the Jayanagar Center, right?
Yeah.
So you must have seen the next batch of students kind of start off and doing their prep, and they have, of course, exam in December. So anything specific for them? Of course, we covered some
Uh,
points already, but
yeah, basically the same points again, but start GK. Whenever you start GK, you're already too late. So just start GK because I was not regular with my GK at all. And again, it shows in my scores. So, like, uh, anyone can do much better in GK because GK is just a memorizing game and it's no one has a much greater advantage than anyone else. So, GK is an excellent equalizer. So, start GK. Same thing with math. Most people just skip math because math takes time, but if you're good at math, that can increase your scores significantly.
right. So did you have any kind of group of students that you prepared together with, kind of motivating each other, helping out with content?
Oh yeah, Animesh sir put me in a group with two other students,
Okay.
Amita and Kushagra, and like without their GK notes, I wouldn't have gotten whatever I've gotten in GK. Like without their help, I would have probably gotten zero in GK genuinely.
Okay. So good. This is another advice that
Yeah.
people into groups. Yes. Sometimes it forms naturally. Sometimes we said, look, we'll put in a hand in case natural groups are not forming. Right. So have you spoken to Animesh? You would be pretty happy to hear from you.
Oh yeah, I'm going to call Animesh sir later today. Like I've
Okay.
messaged him already. He's congratulated me, but yeah.
Great. So thank you so much, and I'm sure these tips will be useful for the students taking CLAT next year and the years after. And hopefully, once the CLAT results come, you will get Bangalore, and I think that's the dream, right? Uh,
Yeah.
of course, domicile also helps. So we'd like to place as many students in NLS Bangalore as possible. And once those results come, hopefully, we can get all the rankers together for a physical meetup. Okay.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Bye.